I've always been fascinated by the dark corners of history, and today we're shining a light on one of the most intriguing figures from ancient Judah. Athaliah, the only woman to ever rule the kingdom of Judah, was a force to be reckoned with. But her story isn't just about power. It's a tale of intrigue, betrayal, and ultimately justice. Athaliah's story begins in the northern kingdom of Israel, where she was born into royalty as the daughter of the infamous King Ahab and Queen Jezebel. Yeah, a Jezebel. Growing up in a court steeped in idolatry and political machinations, Athaliah learned early on how to play the Game of Thrones. She used her influence to steer Judah away from the worship of Yahweh and towards the Baal cult she grew up with. When Jehoram died and her son Athaliah took the throne, Athaliah probably thought her position was secure. But, fate had other plans. Now, here's where things get really wild. When Ahaziah was killed after just 1 year on the throne, Athaliah saw her chance and took it. Athaliah's reign was marked by terror and religious oppression. She promoted Baal worship with a vengeance, but little did she know, one tiny spark of the royal line had survived her purge. Baby Joash, her grandson, had been smuggled away by his aunt Josheba and was being raised in secret by the high priest Jehoiada. It's like a biblical version of the classic hidden heir trope. For 6 years, Athaliah ruled with an iron fist, probably thinking she had eliminated all threats to her power. But Jehoiada was playing the long game. When Joash turned 7, Jehoiada decided it was time to act. He gathered supporters, planned meticulously, and then, boom, launched a coup that caught Athaliah completely off guard. Suddenly, she hears the sound of trumpets and cheering from the temple. Confused and angry, she rushes to investigate, only to find young Joash being crowned king. The people, fed up with Athaliah's tyranny, rallied behind the young Joash. Athaliah was captured and executed, meeting a fate similar to the one she had dealt to so many others. With Joash on the throne, Judah saw a return to Yahweh worship and a renewal of the covenant. It was like a reset button for the kingdom, wiping away the dark years of Athaliah's rule. Athaliah's story is a stark reminder of how power can corrupt, and how justice, though sometimes delayed, often finds a way. As we look back on this tumultuous period in Judah's history, we're left with some big questions about leadership, faith, and the consequences of our actions. Thanks for watching, and remember, in the Game of Thrones, you win or you die, or sometimes you get overthrown by your secretly alive grandson.